again, we're kind of lucky, and maybe that was by design. The PRS, whether it's O&M or in this case monitoring, you kind of it's a pretty de-risk play, I feel, in solar. If you were to choose other industries
Mm,
within the company, whether it's like
right.
a racking manufacturer, inverter manufacturer,
Yeah.
modules, like those guys. I mean, I give it
Or
to them.
an EPC play or a Resi
APC.
installer, which like the all the Resi stocks as of today's June 18th. I think yesterday they all went down between
Yeah,
25 to 40% in the stock
it's
market
crazy.
because
Yeah,
of
and when I
it.
was doing,
it
it's crazy. I don't know how they go to sleep. And when I was at, when we were at
yeah,
Synergy, at one point, there was what was it? I think at the first feeling of like, oh my God, the CSI program, when you had those steps. Do you remember
yeah, right,
what
yeah,
was
yeah,
it? The performance-based incentive, the PBI?
yeah,
And it had these steps, like it'd start off and I don't remember which direction. I feel like it was like step 10 was a couple of dollars a kilowatt hour. I don't remember, but it was really rich. And then as
yeah,
time went on, depending on the IOU, you had a certain amount of right, budget.
yeah,
Is those I remember watching the ticker on that thing, and it was like I had anxiety every time. Like, oh, am I gonna get this customer in at this level? Is it that level? What type of
yeah,
conversation am I gonna have with them? And
right.
then you turn into ITC, like, okay, what's policy gonna do with this administration or the tariffs? And then these changes, and then community solar, and how certain states were going through voting, and at what level is it at? Development. I mean, I'm only
Is
41, and you could see the gray hair. This is all development. Honest, I swear.
yeah, yeah.
So luckily, with O&M, again, I think you've got a very
More
large,
sta Much more stable business.
right? Yeah, you do, and it's service based, and that
Yeah,
TAM is constantly compounding every quarter. And I think
right.
that's the same with monitoring. So we're lucky
Yeah.
there. Not so much we have to do, but I think the industry as a whole, you're constantly, I feel, sure you're focusing on top line, but really, I think a strong C-suite is really looking on how to increase risk-adjusted value, and then how can you do that? And I think with every company, that's different.
Are you guys hiring right now despite all this uncertainty in
You
the
know
market?
what?
Well, I mean, I'm hiring account executives within my team, but I mean, I
Wow.
think you had some folks in for interviews, just last week, I think, Nader.
So you're definitely a growing business despite
We
all
are
this uncertainty. Yeah.
We're
definitely.
growing, we're privately owned, we're bootstrapped, and we're profitable. I think is also important
Yeah.
to consider as well as, when you do business with NextWave, you're doing business with a partner that's here for the long run.
Yeah.
We're not
Or
C funded. Our continued existence isn't contingent upon hitting KPIs this year. We aren't burdened with tremendous amounts of debt. We aren't beholden to public shareholders demanding that we maximize their value over the course of the next 18 months. Our sole focus is making our customers happy and doing so and continuing to do so profitably.
Yeah, we are hiring. I feel like we've been constantly hiring, and I think hopefully, I think you were talking kind of the challenges earlier.